Good morning, brothers and sisters. This morning I'm going to read from Proverbs, chapter 24, out of the New American Standard Bible. Really love Proverbs. It says, "Do not be envious of evil men, nor desire to be with them, for their minds devise violence, and their lips talk of trouble. By wisdom a house is built, and by understanding it is established. And by knowledge the rooms are filled with all precious and pleasant riches. A wise man is strong, and a man of knowledge increases power. For by wise guidance you will wage war, and in an abundance of counselors there is victory. Wisdom is too high for a fool. He does not open his mouth in the gate. He who plans to do evil, men will call him a schemer. The devising of folly is sin, and the scoffer is an abomination to men. If you are slack in the day of distress, your strength is limited. Deliver those who are being taken away to death, and those who are staggering to slaughter. Oh, hold them back. If you say, 'See, we did not know this,' does he not consider it who weighs the hearts? And does he not know it who keeps your soul? And will he not render to a man according to his work?" Let me stop right there for a second. Verse 11 and 12. It says, "Deliver those who are being taken away to death, and those who are staggering to slaughter. Oh, hold them back." You know, that's telling you to not be apathetic. When you see someone stumbling around in the dark, you're supposed to let them know and say, "Hey, I've got the light over here for you to see." They may not see it, but that's not your job to make them see it. It's your job to let them know it's there. This also reminds me of the crucifixion of Jesus right here. And all those people, they weren't doing what it says to do right there back in Jerusalem at that time, were they? It says, "Deliver those who are being taken away to death, and those who are staggering to slaughter. Oh, hold them back." If you say, "See, we did not know this," does he not consider it who weighs the hearts? And does he not know it who keeps your soul? And will he not render a man according to his work? If those people were listening to the words they were reading in this book, they wouldn't have let people hang on a cross. They would have been fighting back. They would have been taking them off of those crosses instead of standing by and egging it on. "My son, eat honey, for it is good. Yes, the honey from the comb is sweet to your taste. Know that wisdom is thus for your soul." If you find it, then there will be a future, and your hope will not be cut off. Do not lie in wait, O wicked man, against the dwelling of the righteous. Do not destroy his resting place, for a righteous man falls 7 times and rises again. But the wicked stumble in the time of calamity. For a righteous man falls 7 times and rises again. That's right, brothers and sisters. No matter how many times we mistake and fall, you don't get up and turn away. You get up and rise again. But the wicked shall stumble in time of calamity. Do not rejoice when your enemy falls, and do not let your heart be glad when he stumbles, lest the Lord see it and be displeased, and he turn away his anger from him. Do not fret yourselves because of evildoers. You see, man, let me go back. It says, "Look, do not rejoice when your enemy falls, and do not let your heart be glad when he stumbles, lest the Lord see it and be displeased." No, don't rejoice when your enemy falls. Go help him up. Go help him up, and don't be glad that he stumbled. Help him up. lest the Lord see it and be displeased, and he turn away his anger from him. And you know where he's turning his anger, if he's turning it away from that person. Do not fret yourselves because of evildoers, or be envious of the wicked, for there will be no future for the evil man. The lamp of the wicked will be put out, and that is God's job. The lamp of the wicked will be put out, and it is not our job to want it to happen, because we were just as wicked. We want those lamps to be turned from wicked to good, don't we? We don't want them put out. We want them to change. We want them to come into the light. My son, fear the Lord and the King. Do not associate with those who are given to change, for their calamity will rise suddenly. And who knows the ruin that comes from both of them? These also are sayings of the wise. To show partiality in judgment is not good. He who says to the wicked, you are righteous, peoples will curse him, nations will abhor him. But to those who rebuke the wicked will be a delight, and a good blessing will come upon them. That's right. You can rebuke someone and lift them up at the same time. You know that, right? He kisses the lips who gives a right answer. Paul said it. He says his authority wasn't there for tearing down, it was for building up. He kisses the lips who gives the right answer. Prepare your work outside and make it ready for yourself in the field. Afterwards, then build your house. Do not be a witness against your neighbor without cause, and do not deceive with your lips. Do not say, thus I shall do to him as he has done to me. I will render to the man according to his work. It says, do not say, thus shall I do to him as he has done to me. I will render to the man according to his work. They slapped me first. Nope, that's not the way it's supposed to be, brothers and sisters. I passed by the field of the sluggard, and by the vineyard of the man lacking sense. And behold, it was completely overgrown with thistles. Its surface was covered with nettles, and its stone wall was broken down. When I reflected upon it, I looked and received instruction. A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest. Then your poverty will come as a robber, and your want like an armed man. That's it for there. Scarlett, you better get down. Get down. Thank you. Thank you. So I was in the vineyard yesterday. Again, wasn't pruning or anything. They called me out there to clear the weeds out. I don't know if you all realize something, and I know I saw something yesterday in there, and I realized that, if it's not planted intentionally to grow in the field, no matter how beautiful it is, no matter how amazing of a plant that is growing there, if it wasn't intentionally put there to grow as the crop, it's a weed, and it gets cut out and burned. I just thought that was pretty important for people to know. There's a lot of distractions in the vineyard right now. And we have to be wary of those distractions. But just know if it's not a grapevine or wheat that's intentionally planted, if it's not an intentional planting, like God intentionally, if you're not the plant that God intended for you to be, He's the farmer. And when it comes time, you'll be cut down and thrown into the fire, just like the farmer that I'm working for right now. Doesn't matter how, like I said, doesn't matter how beautiful you are. Doesn't matter how amazing of a flower you put off. It doesn't matter what kind of fruit you put off. If it's not the proper fruit and the right flower for the garden, then you're going to be cut off and cast out and destroyed. Today is the day, brothers and sisters. Today is the day. I love you all. Stay strong in the Lord and have a blessed, wonderful day.